everybody doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Welcome back to another episode of What We Like Podcast. There he is. Well, I'm going to introduce everybody for the introduction.
Hey.
To my left, we have the wonderful, the lovely Mackenzie.
Hi.
Or amazing, as Greg likes
Yeah,
to say. She
please
is.
get it correct.
My bad.
You
my
know,
bad.
any-
See,
any-
I told you I'm horrible at these.
Any wonderful, amazing, and great verbiage would be accurate for her.
Verbosh. Over there, that's my boy, my big boy,
Gregor.
Big G.
Woot woot.
Thank you.
Love him.
The man who's giving us the introduction is my follically challenged brother from another mother, Still Charlie.
Yeah.
And you know what I realized?
I am.
We don't have a name for him.
Oh.
Maybe we should have a contest if you want to name my rubber chicken. You can email us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and email
Let's do
us.
that. Email us, and would you use the magic finger to show them right there what we like PC at gmail.com? We haven't done this in a while, so what does PC stand for? We know it stands
I don't
for
know.
podcast, but is there an alternate
get my hand out of the
PC
way?
meaning?
Yes.
Sorry.
Let's see what else.
I think we have a winner.
Perspective clowns.
Perspective clown. That could be another thing that PC. Perceptive clown. Actually, both of them work.
They
So
both work.
we got a 2-for-1 there.
Sorry.
But
Charlie-
today's episode.
Yeah,
no,
Charlie,
you
I need
don't
to
get
ask a
do
question.
both.
Why are we here today?
Oh. We're doing a mini. It's not a big one. It's a minion.
Mini. See, it's fun to say.
So
It's a minion.
It's not a full-on evil. It's mini evil.
It's a minivan.
A
Fun
mini.
size.
Okay, I
Just
like this
saying
idea.
fun size.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, so what is it going to be about?
I have no idea. I never know. I'm completely confused. I'm not sure where I'm at.
When we talk
You
about
know.
it, though, he still doesn't know. So, but this, we're all on the same boat. We really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the last one, we were supposed to be talking about ice cream trucks, and I was discussing a law case.
You know, much like
And
my
I'm not a lawyer.
much like my 4th, 7th grade year, I just didn't know too much.
Fourth,
So
7th grade year. Wow.
yeah. Oh well, you know, some of us are perfectionists. Who would like to pick this one, Sir Charles?
I guess. Please don't be pink.
Don't bite him.
I think it's because you say, "Here, go and put it back. Try for another one. Close your eyes."
They were closed the first time.
There you go.
I got 2.
Well, do you want the pink one?
No. No.
No.
You know, do you have an aversion to pink?
No.
Because that's a good song from Aerosmith.
I just don't think it would look good on me.
I think you would be stunning in any color.
Ooh.
I think you said, but you are wrong.
And
No.
besides, real men don't wear pink. We wear salmon.
Oh.
So,
Get it right.
what is our topic today?
This is gonna be a fun one. Sorry, this might not be a mini. Wrestling.
Wrestling.
Well, okay. Well, this says wrestling, so I don't know if we're talking about high school and college stuff or if we're talking about,
Well, I'm
know a
just
lot
gonna
about this
say
because it says wrestling,
we're
not
gonna
wrestling.
we're gonna talk about the types that we like. So, high school,
'Cause I've done
and
both.
Olympic wrestling has its places, but since we don't pay $100 for a ticket to go see that stuff, we pay it to
Yeah.
see, the professional wrestling.
Oh.
And I've been
You've been a professional wrestler?
no, not a professional one.
And I think there's really
I've been to professional wrestling,
there's really only two
not
types.
like in the Olympics, like wrestling.
Okay, no, wait a minute. I lied. There's 3 types. There's either orthodox wrestling, which is the high school wrestling, the Olympic wrestling. There's professional wrestling,
Okay.
What's it?
and
Oh,
then there's midget wrestling.
well, I mean, technically, there's 4.
Oh, yeah, where you're wrestling with somebody, covered in ranch dressing and holding a ping pong paddle.
or mud.
Okay,
Or-
mud
or
wrestling. Oh,
Jell-O.
I forgot about that.
I've actually done Jello wrestling too.
You
This
know,
sounds very dangerous and unsafe.
nothing wrong with Jell-O wrestling.
Yeah, I actually almost died. I was almost suffocated.
Again, I stand by my statement.
It was not my
I
choice.
stand
It was actually
by
a friend of
my
mine.
Statement.
A friend of mine wanted to do this for her birthday, her birthday. Her. But we had a good time.
I'm just curious to find out. Mackenzie, have you ever watched professional wrestling?
Yeah, I've watched them with like when they wear the masks and they jump off the ropes.
Okay, so that's sounds like
That's
that could
wrestling.
be lucha libre.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
Now, have you ever watched the WWE or
Like when they kick each other.
well, just the world?
There might be a kick or two.
WWE is the World Wrestling Entertainment, the biggest one on
Okay,
TV,
yeah,
where
I've
they
seen
have
some
Raw
of
and
them.
SmackDown.
Okay, I've seen some. I've seen like parts.
Okay, so and it's basically the two big factions are the WWE, and then there's another one.
I don't know the name of that one. I've never watched it. There used to be more. There used to be.
Well, there
I
used
mean,
to be
there's
WCW, and then before that,
there was also
wrestling in the
ECW.
ECW. That was Paul Heyman's thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I've
back
been
in
to
the
see
day,
that.
it was all independent territories with the guys that started out. But it turned into this global juggernaut because of the
Ooh.
McMahons, and Ted Turner had WCW, Paul Heyman had ECW.
Well, WWE bought out WCW.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And they put them out of business.
know
That
that
was the
alphabet
big wars
too.
for a
They
while.
they had a lot of. I guess it was back in with the 90s and early 2000s.
Yep.
They had a lot of. It was ratings battles
The
going
Attitude Era.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they used to because one show was live and one show was taped. The WWE show used to come on, or I can't remember vice versa. One would come on and give all the results of the other show that hadn't aired just to make them mad.
Well, when we first started, like, because back in my college days, me and my friends, we watched a lot of it. We got together and watched all the pay-per-views. Me and my brother was
Interesting.
into it. I've been to see WCW shows. I've been to
Do they
see
come to like?
ECW
Do
shows.
they travel, or do you have to like go somewhere to see them?
Well, I mean, you have to go. I mean, ECW was at, and I don't know if WCW ever did it at the Mountain Center, but I know ECW did.
The
Back
WWE
when the
usually
the Mountain
did the
Center
big
used to
places.
the Mountain Center where we're now. Sorry, don't sue me. Where the college in the area has their dental or their nursing thing. It's right. It's off the square.
Cool.
It's a big building off the square that says.
Yeah.
I think you could say a college name.
Well, I mean, yeah,
ECW.
Bernal took over the
Okay.
It used to be like a big convention center.
Huh, I didn't know that.
So WWE was the biggest one, and they used to go to the bigger arenas.
Well, WCW
and
actually was bigger
well, in the
back
South,
then,
right?
in the South, yeah.
And they had those, and then it got bought out by WWE. ECW was a little bit smaller, and eventually I think got bought out by them too. Now there's two factions. You have the WWE still with its two shows, Raw and SmackDown, and then you have the new and upcoming one, which is AEW, All Elite Wrestling, with their people.
There was actually another one that was around
TNA and Ring of Honor and some other ones
TNA
that have
around.
been absorbed into that. There's wrestling is huge in Japan. Wrestling is huge in Mexico.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot
what
of
about sumo wrestling? Is that
no.
sumo
I mean,
fighting? Is it
sumo
fighting or
wrestling
wrestling?
is hardcore.
Yes.
So is that
over
a
in
different
Japan.
type of wrestling?
Different
or
type
no?
of
Have you
wrestling.
never seen sumo
I've
wrestling?
seen it, but you guys named
It's-
before,
it's-
and that
it's
one wasn't
very-
named. So I
it-
was like, is that different, like completely, or
Yeah, their ratings are totally different. It has nothing to
to do
do
with
with
like what we were talking about?
no.
The professional wrestling, I'm going to say, and please understand, I'm not taking anything away from those athletes.
Yeah, please do not.
The
'cause
physicality and the things that they do are absolutely amazing and spectacular and fun to watch.
Not to mention how long they're on the road.
Right.
Like
They travel and all that.
almost the entire year.
Their brand of pro wrestling, and I think that's why they call it professional athletic entertainment, is because it's also more about storylines. Sumo
they have
wrestling
actual
doesn't have
writers.
storylines. It's a actual athletic event.
Yeah, and those guys are like superstars.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the sumo wrestlers can walk into restaurants in Japan and they are
Oh.
treated like
they're
royalty.
mobbed.
Yeah.
They're like superstars.
But I know like the professional you were saying, didn't The Rock, his family
Yes.
are wrestlers?
Yeah,
Yes.
his
And I heard that's like
Rocky Maivia.
yeah, and
Yep.
that's like they said that
Chief
working
Peter
with him,
Maivia.
they thought it was going to be like really hard switching from like wrestling to acting, but they're like he only does one cut because he's like in wrestling that's all you have.
Right.
You don't
Yeah.
get to like
You either
redo
get it right or
Well,
you
well,
don't.
the thing about
right,
it is
yeah.
you have their storylines, but a lot of those guys write their own. Yeah, I
Ah.
mean, they come in and like they're given like, you need to hide
Yeah, kind of
this and you
like
need to
the
do,
the
but yeah,
points,
but they're
but
bits.
they get to like
They
Yeah, I
have-
mean,
control it.
Yeah.
Rock's. I'm pretty sure he wrote all his bits.
Interesting.
Yeah,
A lot
there's-
of those guys back in the '90s wrote all their stuff.
Right. There's certain parts that the company writes as the storylines and the things that have to happen,
Yeah.
and they have to learn how to improvise and do their
So it's just
promos
like
and
one
things.
big improv the whole
Right.
time.
Yeah,
Except
re-
they're getting injured.
well, no, and I mean a lot of times, I mean these guys are when they're out there, they can change up a few things during the match, but I mean they do go the matches as goes a specific way.
Yeah.
I mean they're talking the whole time.
Yeah.
They're literally telling each other, and then like I mean they take a few minutes to pump the crowd, or depending on which way
Yeah.
you want to go. If you want to, if you're a baby face or a heel.
What?
And then, well,
Baby faces are good guys. Heels are considered bad guys.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
and then when
I tell
you,
you, I've
when I
watched-
think back,
we were into this stuff.
oh yeah, I've watched wrestling since I was a kid.
Oh.
And some of the first kind of transitional things, because professional wrestling got so big and popular. You'd had people like Andre the Giant, Roddy Piper,
Hulk
who were the
Hogan.
first one.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. They were
Ric
the
Flair.
first ones to transition into doing movies. Because Andre the Giant went in and did
The Princess
the
Bride.
Princess Bride. Roddy Piper did one of some of the first movies. One was
what
called
that
They
one?
Live.
Yeah, They Live.
He also did Hell Comes to Frogtown, one of my personal favorites. And then more came to follow. I remember Terry Funk being in Roadhouse. Lord knows Stone Cold Steve Austin and some of the others have been in different movies. The Rock's been in every movie under the sun.
So many.
John Cena's done
John
a fair
Cena's
amount.
been in
We've
movies.
never
The
seen
Miz
him.
has been in movies. So
Did you get it? It's like a joke.
Oh, yeah, but the thing about it is, actually, I love the fact that like John Cena actually called out The Rock about doing more movies than he was into. He put his
why?
wrestling career, but because The Rock was huge.
Really?
Oh, he was so huge. Not when he first started out, because when he
Yeah.
first started out, he was kind of like,
when he first came
He
out,
was
he
a
was Rocky
rookie.
Maivia, and then
He's the
developed
rookie.
into the Rock character. I remember when
he
he
started
went to
out in the
Saturday
nation,
Night-
didn't he?
Uh,
We are the nation of domination.
I remember when he went
I watched a
to
lot.
Saturday Night Live,
Mhm.
and they had the other characters. They had the Big Show, they had Triple H, and a bunch of other people. Mick Foley and all that actually went on Saturday
Which
Night
one?
Live with
Which
him.
character was he?
Mick Foley.
Mick Foley, because he's got
Oh,
Mankind,
Dude Love, Mankind,
Dude Love, yeah,
Cactus Jack.
yeah.
Um,
Just depends on which sock you
Yeah.
I
wanted
just
to
want to say that John
Mr.
Cena
Sacco.
was a mermaid in the Barbie movie, and it was a really great time.
Oh, but what I was saying is how he called out The Rock and all that, and then he started doing movies and realized how much it affected his wrestling career, and he actually went on and apologized and was like, "Dude, I take it all back. I'm so sorry. I should have kept my damn mouth shut."
Interesting.
So I mean, but good on him for
Recanting.
Yeah, and I think when you look at it, I think there's a lot worse programs that young kids could watch and find idols with. At least these guys are athletes. They're in shape. They're
I mean, there's been
gainfully employed.
Yeah, but there's been people. I mean, like back in the day when they did so much traveling, and I mean there were a lot of tough stories that a lot of people have
The
told
Von
me.
Erichs.
Yeah,
They've lost all the Von Erichs are gone except one. They all ended in dying in some tragedy.
Yeah, there's been deaths. I mean,
you
we
talk
were
about-
watching when what was his name? He died in the ring during a during a show.
Ooh.
Oh God, I can see his face. He was
What
attached.
happened?
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart. Yep.
Yeah, they were doing
Blue
an
Blazer.
entrance. Yeah, he was doing an entrance for his character at the time, the Blue Blazer. He was doing an entrance from the rafters, and something happened, and he ended up falling and hitting his neck on the corner, and like
It's really sad.
and
He was a great guy.
they ushered him out, and
Oh.
he passed.
passed.
Yeah, it was tough.
You know, and
Oh.
I think of a lot of other wrestlers. If one of my favorites, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah.
When you think about the hard times that he's had,
Hmm.
you know, because a lot of these guys end up turning to alcohol and pills and things because they beat their bodies up so bad.
And plus, they're on the
Junkyard
road, and they
Dog.
just don't have time to go to
Yeah.
the doctor and get. I mean,
And some of these old guys didn't have mentors to help them and the things that they do nowadays to keep them from falling into those traps.
not
But
to mention, you had wrestlers that just couldn't give up the life. I mean, nothing against Ric Flair, but good Lord, how, I mean, he was in his, what,
Absolutely.
60s?
Absolutely.
Almost into his 70s.
He was still fighting.
And he was still fighting and still, like, getting the crap kicked out of him. Like, I mean, you see,
Ugh.
like, have you ever watched some of these, like Hell in the
No.
Cell?
Guess
These
I
guys,
haven't.
these guys are jumping. There was one where Mankind was facing off against the Undertaker, and I know those names probably mean nothing to you,
I know
but
the Undertaker from The Incredibles.
Close, but not the same.
no. So, the Undertaker falls off, and man, he's literally. I mean, this is outside the cage, and the cage is. I mean, what
20. They fell
Tw-
20 feet, 20,
20
25 feet.
20 to 25 feet. He jumps off the cage. He's on top of like the commentator's desk.
Yeah.
Lands on top of it. I mean, just getting hit in the head with chairs and the steel
That does
Yeah.
not sound fun.
stairs. Shoot, you think that's bad? You ought to see what they were doing over in Japan.
Yeah.
Barbed
And,
wire tacks. I mean,
we'd like to
bats
say
with
at this
barbed wire
moment,
wrapped all around them.
What?
although we're talking about this stuff, we by no means want to encourage
Don't do
anybody
this
to
at
try
home.
this. So
Do not.
please
Oh,
don't sue us.
I
Don't
bet.
do
Yeah,
this.
don't sue us. I've been power bombed. Me and my friends were going to start up our own little backyard.
Little fight club.
Yeah, but we were too lazy, and I'm not going to go into any specifics. But yeah,
Well, then.
it lasted all of a night. I got power bombed. I got power bombed in.
Said, we're done.
I got power
We're
bombed
done.
into grass. Like, I mean, like full on.
What is a power bomb?
Where you lift them up, they're on your shoulders, and you lift them up, and then slam them to the ground.
Will.
And who thought this was a good idea?
We all did.
I bet
one of my
is-
friends.
Don't do this
One
at
of my
home.
friends got
Don't
hit in the
attempt
head with
this.
this hard plastic
by,
cat toy, and it bent around his head. Yeah, we were idiots.
by,
It
any,
was it was really funny at the time, though.
Ooh.
by any chance was this preceded by the phrase "Y'all watch this"?
Hold
No,
my beer.
they were like, Charlie, go get something out of the house to hit him with, and I was like, okay.
You know,
Okay.
the one thing
And
I
that's
can
the thing
say,
I found. I was like, this will be perfect. It's literally one of those like cat scratch things. Have you ever felt the plastic on that? It is hard. He bent it around his head.
Oh God!
And then my friend ran his head into a car.
And that just shows you the popularity because people are emulating it.
Yeah, don't do this.
I
Don't try that at
remember
home.
some other things. You guys remember the Drew Carey show?
Yeah,
Uh,
she won't.
No.
Triple H went on that show as a guest star. You remember that '70s show?
Yes.
Mhm.
The Rock went on that one as
Did
a
he?
wrestler on that one. So, you know,
Oh, back in the Attitude Era, it was huge.
oh yeah,
I've been to WrestleMania.
Is that like a big festival?
that is their biggest event.
He just hurt me hard.
Like a
WrestleMania is
end of
like
the year
the
performance?
no, it's WrestleMania usually happens
Once a year?
in I think it's in April.
Yeah, it's about to come up.
Oh.
That's their big
March
thing.
or April, and it's their biggest. I mean, like it's their
So
biggest.
do they have
show.
to like compete like for the Super Bowl? Like, do they compete to get into it?
Well, I mean,
Kind of,
yeah,
yeah.
and I
You
mean,
have to have like a points, like the race cars. Like you have. So
well, I
many
mean,
points
parts
to
of it,
No,
get
they
it's
they
not a
want to have
points
it's
thing.
it's
popularity.
who has a rivalry going that's going to get
so it's
there.
like their time, like their
yeah, who's coming
storyline.
across? Because I mean, like
They have
ratings
different
during the shows will go.
champions.
Yeah, because
I
I don't
see.
even know what the belts are anymore.
Well, you have the heavyweight champ, you have the WWE champion, you have the heavyweight champion, you have tag team champions, you have the United States champion.
Yeah, but you also have belts per show, and then they
Right.
fight.
Oh,
Well,
so it's to
and
see which
some of
belt.
those have been unified here lately.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, they actually just brought
Interesting.
out a new belt that was
I don't have
Seth
cable, so-
Rollins was the first one that got it, but yeah, some guy has unified the big belts and kept them for a long time. But
Well, you had the Thursday show versus the Monday show, and then they could like, and there for a while. I don't know if they're still doing this, but they were like, they would have like the draft, and
Yep.
like they would switch
Ah.
between shows because like
they just changed to Monday and Friday though.
well, it used to be it was just the Monday show,
Right.
and then you could catch stuff on like I think it was Saturday morning or Saturday night. They would go around and they would do multiple places, and then they would. Yeah,
Dude, I'm actually
lost.
so
I'm
old. I
lost.
remember the WW, and this was back when it was WWF before they changed.
Yeah,
I remember the WWF
yeah, I do too.
cartoon.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yes.
Jeez.
That was back then. And just so people know, it used to be the World Wrestling Federation, but the World Wildlife Foundation had the same letters. So the wrestling people changed and went to World Wrestling Entertainment and let WWF go to the World Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah, I think there was
So
going to be a big court battle, and then they decided
think
that just
they
to
worked it
back.
out,
Yeah, I think
yeah.
they just worked it out and they backed off, and they were
That's
like,
nice.
yeah.
That's good.
I mean, we don't know the ins and outs of it,
Yeah.
so
yeah, I'm not.
but yeah, I mean, like they have done some crazy stuff.
It sounds like it.
I mean, like
you
the
know,
whole family for the McMahons has been involved.
Oh yes,
I don't
that
even
is
know
their
if
life.
Vince is still married to his wife because.
No, I don't think they are. They've been divorced for a while,
But she was involved, like Shane, Stephanie,
everybody.
Stephanie married Triple H.
And then the great thing is, it's an equal opportunity thing. There are wrestling women.
Well,
there
yeah,
are wrestling men.
there
are
that
announcer
show.
men and women. There are coach men and women. There are manager men and women. So it doesn't matter what's your age, what's your nationality, what's your gender, what's your anything. You know,
They even made a movie about one of the girls who went into
Paige.
yeah, they had the show where they brought people on, and it's like the beginnings of them.
Oh, like how
It's
like
like
to start.
it's like the academy kind of.
I
It's like an
see.
academy leading up to.
Yep.
And only specific ones will make it actually
Yeah.
onto the cards.
They have all
And
kinds of stuff.
and she was from Ireland,
England.
England. Yeah, her
Interesting.
and her brother came with her too and tried to get in, and I don't think he made it,
don't
but
know.
she.
I know she's
They even
in
made a movie
AEW
about
right
it.
now.
Yeah, they made a movie
Yeah.
about it. I watched it. It
Interesting.
wasn't bad.
So I think you can tell we've got wrestling fans here. So if you're a wrestling fan, please let us know. You can email us at would you use Magic Finger again? What we like PC at
We might actually
gmail.com.
have to bring this back for a regular because there's more I would love to say. It just don't have the time.
Absolutely. So we'll let us know if you want to
Yeah,
hear
let
us
us definitely hear
pontificate
more.
more about wrestlers and things. We'll start with the old, going back from the old days of Gordon Soley all the way up till now. Gordon Soley was an amazing announcer from a territory back in the day. He was legendary. And we'll talk about all kinds of legends. But right now, we got to say goodbye because we got things to do. You got things to do. We all have lives to live. So we wish you much peace and love. Everybody, we thank you so much for coming and hanging out with
Goodbye.
us. We can't say thank you enough. Please watch. Please email us. Please let Charlie know how much you love him. Please let her know how much you love her. Check out our page so you can see all the things we have going on. Make sure you subscribe, you like, do all the things that make you happy.
Oh, you didn't know?
And we'll talk to you later, baby. Out front.